Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm at the garden right now, and it is about to storm. It is like, look at this. Oh my God, it's already raining. I just got here. You guys, oh my God, it's raining so bad now. Do you guys see this shit? Do you guys see it? Oh my God, no. No, this camera is so expensive and it's not waterproof. This shit's not an iPhone, bro. God damn it. Not like this. Not like this. I will survive, but will my camera survive? I don't know. All right, it's raining really bad, but this tree is just doing such a great job at protecting me. I'm just gonna do the vlog like this, today's garden video. I'm gonna hold the camera. So, the week, let's talk about the week. So right now it's early morning in San Francisco. I just woke up, might look a little tired. I got my matcha here. I don't drink coffee actually. I've fully dropped off coffee in the last year. Only matcha. God, this camera's getting so wet. So, the week. The week. Honestly, this was a pretty, I would say kind of like emotional week. Ups and downs. Not an easy week, but a good week, I would like to say. Like, I think when I look back at it now, after everything's said and done, I feel very strong about the week. So basically, I don't know if you guys follow me on other social media, but I went super viral for this thing I made, and I feel like any other founder would be like ecstatic right now and so happy that stuff popped off and all these users are coming in, all this usage. But anyways, let me get to that in a moment. Let me go back to where the week started. The week started on Monday. So on Monday, I was at YC, and we had our group office hours, which is where everybody kind of comes together and chats about their company and talks about what they're doing. And it was actually really nice. I mean, even though I don't exactly know what I'm working on, it was kind of nice to just like still have something, like have a one-liner, you know, and try to like explain yourself in front of like 25 people about what you're working on. Very underrated. It's funny, I used to do this at BuildSpace for the students. So I would tell the students to do this. And it's kind of nice to do it myself, where it's like I have to get up in front of 25 people and like explain what I'm working on, even though I have no idea what I'm working on. Like that is so difficult. But I find that like it is a really good exercise. And so I did that on Monday, and I pretty much came up with something. I was like, hey, I'm building a Pinterest, but for companies, where your team can essentially collect things that inspire them as they browse the web, cool tweets, cool research papers, cool like articles, and they can put them all in the same knowledge base. Anyways, crappy idea, but it was a good start. And then yeah, the rest of that day, believe it or not, when I said that idea out loud, I actually really liked it. And even now when I kind of say it, I kind of like it. And so I kind of started working on it on Monday, and I started just building it. And I built a very simple version of it and showed it to my YC partner, Aaron. And he gave me just a bunch of other ideas related to it. He talked to this other really big CEO of a company, and he talked about how his workflows were similar to my product. And you know, we were jamming, and it was very good. It was awesome. And then that same night, Monday, I was still at YC. I was at the YC office, and I had this one demo that I had never shipped. This idea called Clickie, which I talked about previously. I had gotten it to about 10 users before, like last week. And then I was like, okay, this idea is kind of shit. I'm just gonna like let it die. You know, I'm not gonna do anything with this idea, basically. But then Monday night, I was like, you know, I hate to just put an idea on the shelf and then just let it die. I hate that feeling where it's like, I feel like every idea should be just taken off the shelf and just thrown out into the world, and you just see what happens, you know? And so even though Clickie was a really shitty idea and I was kind of embarrassed to even put it out, I recorded a demo in like 10 minutes at the office. I put it on Twitter, I closed my laptop, and I went to the dinner. Monday night, YC throws a dinner, so I went to the dinner. I come back, and people at my table are like, yo, Farza, you're going viral right now on Twitter for this Clickie thing. And I was like, no fucking way. And I was so surprised that people liked it as much as they did. And over the next 3 days, it racked up like 1 to 2 million views or something. It was crazy. So, you know, views or whatever, I don't really care about it going viral. Like I said in my previous video, like virality means absolutely nothing to me. I could post a picture of myself dancing and I'll get like 1 million views maybe. Actually, that's selling myself. I could post a video of like some celebrity dancing with AI and that would get 1 million views. Me dancing, maybe 1,000 views. But anyways, I posted, what was I saying? Yeah, so views don't mean much to me. What matters is like usage. And so I remember a Monday night, I came home late from YC. And by the way, if you guys know me, you know I have an extremely disciplined sleep schedule. I'm extremely disciplined, basically. I'm like a military man, where I'm in bed by 9:30, you know, and I wake up at 5:30, 6:30-ish. And so when I got home from YC, it was already 9 o'clock. And I was like, fuck my life, this thing's popping off right now, and I should probably put a link to download it. And so I had the app on my laptop, and I was like, okay, let me just put a link to download it. But then I realized that, oh my God, the Mac app that I built has the API keys hard-coded on it, so technically someone could steal my API keys. So then I spent the next 2 hours rebuilding this thing so that it can actually, you know, there's a back end and stuff. Anyways, I won't get into the details, but I launch it then on Monday night and I go to bed. And the next morning, yeah, like thousands of downloads, you know, which was mind-blowing. And I guess this is where I kind of want to get into like what I really want to talk about for this last week. Oh, thank God the rain is calming down. What I really want to talk about for this week is that, Monday night was, I guess, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was a very difficult couple of days for me emotionally, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Because, how do I even say this? Like, what do I say? I guess at the core of it, it is so difficult to be solo working on stuff. For me, at least right now. Emotionally, it's just not as fun, and it's not as like interesting, and I don't know, where do I even begin? I guess let me start with the core emotion. Monday night, I'm shipping this thing until like 10:30, and it works beautifully. I post it, it's popping off, and I close my laptop. You know, when you're working with a co-founder, when you're working with at least somebody else, you could like, I don't know, give each other a high five, go get pizza, and just like hang out. And like be like, we did good. Whereas for me, I just have to be like, I did good, pat myself on the back, close my laptop, celebrate by drinking a glass of water or something, and then go to bed. And I guess it's just like, you have to really, when you're solo, you have to really dig deep for like personal validation, you know? Which is hard for any human being, in my opinion. And even harder when you're building stuff. And so yeah, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm exploding. Everybody's saying this is genius. I got like every investor in my inbox, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just there like, this is so stupid. I don't care about this idea. I don't even like, I'm just like, almost like, I'm not depressed. I'm just like in an mood, you know? It's rare that I get like super sad these days, but I'm just like, like lethargic, like don't care, blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was just like in a state of like, I feel very alone in this, and I don't feel like I'm having fun. And I'm glad everybody likes my stuff, but why do I feel like I'm not having continuous fun with it, you know? And so, you know, it's one thing to put out an idea. That's very fun for me. But when it comes to like continuously working on the idea, that's kind of where I feel very alone when I'm solo, where I have to like really find the will within myself to just like keep driving forward. And I'll be honest with you guys, I do find that will to drive forward almost every single time. Like I'll be like a little crybaby for like a day or 2 or 3 days about it, but then I'll drive forward. You know, I'll be like, okay, like let's do this. Like I don't necessarily, like I think that the best way to find people and to work with people is by just driving forward yourself. And as you drive forward, hopefully other people hop in your car as well, you know? That's kind of what I believe. But again, it's so much easier said than done. And it's really funny, when I was 23, I did not have this problem. At 23, I was just a blind dog, is the best way to describe it to you. I'm a blind dog that's just like sprinting forward at every opportunity. Because I didn't have this feeling of like, I need anybody. Honestly, at 23, I was a bit of an asshole, and I was like, I don't need anybody but myself. I'm the GOAT, let's go. And now at 30, I'm kind of like, it'd be nice to, be with other people, collaborate, So yeah, that was kind of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And yeah, by Thursday, I was like, hey, like maybe I should start like putting people together. Maybe I should put like a small team together, or like, I don't know, just like, maybe I should take it more seriously to find a co-founder, because I actually wasn't taking it that seriously. And I actually sent out a message to 2 of my friends, who I think are super geniuses, by the way. And I asked if they wanted to work on a company together and start something together. And both said no. Both kind of decided to stay at their jobs. And I'm not gonna lie, that was very saddening for me because I was very excited at the idea of working with those two. So it was very sad for me. And I kind of felt like, oh man, like, why is every time I try to find like a co-founder, it's not like working out? Like, am I doing something wrong? Is something wrong with me? Blah, blah, blah. And I don't think so. I just think that sometimes, this stuff takes time, and timing is such a big thing in everyone's lives, So like, anyways, I was a bit down about that all of Wednesday and then some of Thursday. And so yeah, it was a very weird emotional week where you have the internet blowing up and telling you you're awesome and everybody using your product. By the way, I didn't even mention Clickie at this point has like 25,000 messages sent. It has like 4,000 unique users that downloaded it. We have like almost 600 users that are 4 days retained, which is they use Clickie every single day. So again, there's a lot of good signals here. And I think sometimes I get too in my head about this loneliness thing. And I do think loneliness is the one emotion that I'm very prone to. And I'm working on it. And I know that I'm prone to it. I have to remember that I'm prone to it. And I have to do the right things to make sure I remember that I'm actually not alone. I have a wonderful partner, family, friends that always support me in everything I do. And just because I'm not directly working on the thing with a co-founder doesn't mean I'm alone. That's such a hard message for me to remember all the time. And I think that the people around me tell me that all the time as well. And I need to, but sometimes I don't listen. And so sometimes I got to tell myself and just listen, I got to put it in my little brain. Wow, the rain stopped, by the way. It's like sunny outside. You guys see this? This is crazy. SF's weird. SF weather's weird these days. But anyways, I'm just gonna sit down now. No, my matcha. My matcha fell. So yeah, that's like an emotion that I have to remember that I'm prone to, and then just be aware of it, so that I don't fall prey to the emotion of loneliness. It's very important because, man, I'm really not alone. I have such wonderful people around me all the time, even the people that I collaborate with occasionally. So I'm really not alone. And so, like I said, when I put Clickie out on Monday, Tuesday, I was like, this is a shit idea. Let me just take it off the shelf and put it in the world. Because again, I don't like an idea sitting stale. I like it to just like be out in the world, Let me get back into the tree. It's raining again. I like it to just be out in the world. And so by Friday, I was like, I don't even know if I should work on this anymore. Like, what do I do? And then, honestly, I did the most simple thing possible. I looked at our post hog, our analytics. I looked at our top 25 users by usage. And I picked out 10 of them, and I sent them all emails to my calendar, and I said, let's talk tomorrow. And so on Friday, I talked to like 4 or 5 users, just to get a sense of like what they're using it for and who these people are. And each conversation was so funny, because in every conversation, they were telling me how much they love Clickie and what they were using it for. One guy is a founder who uses it to like write all his LinkedIn content. Another guy is a video editor who used it to learn. He came from After Effects and he wanted to learn DaVinci. Another guy was this developer who was using it purely to learn how to. He was actually a pro Xcode developer that was using it to have Clickie give him feedback on the animations of his iPhone app, which was so cool. I don't know, there's so many examples like this. One guy was purely using Clickie to just watch anime with him. Like he's just like watching anime with Clickie. Like he'll literally talk about like the characters and like the story and like get Clickie's opinion on all this stuff. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's crazy. I as a founder, you have no freaking idea who's gonna use your product and why they're gonna use it until you put it out there. Like I put Clickie out there as like an AI teacher, and now we have like this guy 4 days retained watching anime with it, And so that got me really excited. Like seeing all the usage and the use cases and talking to these people got me very excited because it was like, because honestly, I wasn't really excited by like the teaching angle per se. I thought that was kind of cool and kind of useful, but I wasn't like that excited about it as like a business per se, or like as a long-term product. I thought that was cool. And so all these other use cases that I'm seeing now that the users found themselves are now exciting me. I think that's so beautiful. Like, I feel like there's such beautiful signal here where it's like, I put something out, people started using it, made it their own, and are now, you know, going crazy with it. And I can learn from them, and I can like push the product, and I can like, again, my job as the founder is not to like come up with the product out of my brain. It's to see how people are using the product, what they're finding it useful for, and kind of guide the product along, you know? I'm not gonna build what people tell me to. I disagree with that notion as well. Like if a user told me today, build this, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna listen to them, I'm gonna process what they said, and I'm gonna build, you know, their feedback into the product in some way. But it's not gonna be exactly one-to-one. But I just take feedback as inspiration. It's almost like I'm an LLM, and the users, when I talk to them, are prompting me. It's like tokens in, but then my output can be whatever, you know, processes in my little brain. That's such a weird analogy, it's a shitty analogy, and that shows how much I'm completely lost in the AI world right now, by the way. What is it called, AI psychosis? Nah, I don't have that. But anyways, it's really cool. And so yeah, Friday got me very excited. Just talking to these people actually got me excited. Because Friday, I was just kind of sad about all the co-founder stuff and feeling kind of like, and was still kind of recovering from like the loneliness emotions. And Friday I was like, fuck it, let me just talk to these people, and it was awesome. And you know how every call ended? It was so funny. Every single call on Friday ended with the same kind of conversation, same kind of line. They kind of asked me, so what's next? And I very honestly said, well, I don't know. I'm probably not going to keep working on this. Like, and each user was like, what? You're crazy. Please keep working on this. This is awesome. Like, there's so much potential. I would love to keep using this. And it's so funny. Usually on like a call with a user, you're the one pitching at some level, trying to convince people to use your thing. And in this case, the users are convincing me to keep working on my thing, which is the reverse. So anyways, all good stuff, all like weird, all like interesting signals. And I want to say one more thing here. So that got me very excited on Friday. And then over the last 3 days, I've slowly decided to start putting together a small team. I started putting together a small team where I said, hey, let's come to SF, let's hack together for 30 days, and let's just hack on new interfaces for agents and education together, basically. And I hit up a few of my buddies, basically. Not to be co-founder or anything, just work together. You know, just come together in SF, in real life, 30 days, and let's hack on this thing called Clickie. Let's kind of see where else it can go, because there's so many angles we can take it. We can take it to the education angle, the agentic angle. There's so much stuff, actually. And so, believe it or not, I got 4 people down, and they're all flying in, they all bought their tickets, and they're all coming next week, Thursday. Or they're all coming over next week, rather. One guy is, his name is, actually I won't say their names right now, I'll let them introduce themselves next week. But one guy is coming in from Bangalore, all the way from Bangalore, to do videos for us. I think he's a fantastic filmmaker. Another guy is coming from Bali. He's someone I already worked with before, and he's coming from Bali, which is awesome. He's a great engineer. Another guy is my neighbor, who was actually one of the winners of Build Space previously, one of the previous seasons. And I just hit him up and I said, hey man, you want to just like hack together for 30 days with this team? He said yes. And then the fourth guy, so by the way, for Clickie, I open sourced the code that I had, right, that made Clickie. And this one guy on Twitter, it's a shame, he only has like 80 views on his video, but he made the coolest implementation of Clickie that I saw out of any implementation. There was like 80 people who posted videos of their custom Clickie, and this one guy blew me away, like his idea. And I got really excited by it. I literally DM'd him. I'm like, can we FaceTime? I FaceTime him, and then yeah, by the next day, he also agrees to fly out to San Francisco from Houston. He's not even technical. He's like a biomedical student from Houston, and he just dropped out like 2 weeks before, and he wants to just work on stuff. And I'm flying him out. So yeah, we got our team, ragtag team of 4 people, and that's starting next week. So all good stuff. I'm very happy with how I navigated the emotions this week. To be honest, like I think this week is one of those weeks that could have been potentially really bad for me mentally. And it's really funny. Like I actually have my most down weeks when the internet is the most excited about what I'm working on or what I'm doing, because then internally it kind of like I guess like triggers other emotions. But again, I'm very happy with how I navigated all the emotions this week. A massive shout out to my beautiful, beautiful partner. She always, you know, says the right things and keeps me sane, man. Shout out to her. I don't think I could do any of this without her. That's a fact, actually. I would have never even came back to starting companies if not for her. So shout out to her. And that's all I got. It was an emotionally rough week. It was a week with a lot of other stuff going on. I think it ended nicely. I'm very excited for next week. I somehow put together this team of 4 in like 3 days. Shout out to all of them for coming on such short notice. And yeah, man, gonna work on Clickie. I think I'm gonna work on Clickie. There's so many other angles that I'm interested in with it, other than just like the angle that I showed. And so I'm excited about that. I'm probably not gonna open source all of my stuff. So I'm probably gonna keep the current version of Clickie open source, but I'm probably gonna make the rest of the code that I do from now on closed source. So I may make a post about that. Hopefully that goes over well. Hopefully I don't make the open source people too angry about that, but I don't think so. And yeah, that's it. This was, I yapped a lot this video, huh? And it's not raining anymore, yay! Anything else I want to say? Let me think. You know, it's funny, a lot of people were mentioning how they actually watch these videos, which is crazy. I don't know why you guys would watch these videos. But yeah, I have a lot of my friends, they watch these entire videos, so shout out to you guys if you're watching this. Shout out to every single person who watches these, really. It's very sweet when someone comes up to me and says they watch these YouTube videos. Cause I don't know, this is, I make these out of love, you know? One for myself, but also two, because I know a lot of you guys are going through similar stuff as you make things and build things. And I think I would just want to be the guy that hopefully can keep it real all the time. And if you can learn from my journey, that's awesome. And I hope I can just help in some way, you know? It's a rough world out there, and I think we got to be there for each other. All right, I'm gonna go home now. I'm getting kind of sick maybe. My nose is all runny. I may have a booger. All right, guys, bye.